New Year's resolutions. You know, it seems like at the beginning of the year, most of us have at least one. And then a couple weeks in, maybe a couple months, it's like we've just lost the enthusiasm and the drive that we started it with. You know, I mean, after all, life is chaotic, it's busy, and, you know, old habits are hard to break, and new habits are hard to form. That doesn't mean, however, that we should give up completely, or even give up the notion of a New Year's resolutions. I mean, sometimes after you know, a couple years, you're like, you know, should I even make one? What's the point? And you know, the point is we're supposed to set goals that raise the bar of our life and make us better. So instead of, you know, falling off track and just giving up on making yourself a better person, we gotta adjust things a little bit to make it easier on ourselves. You know, life's hard, like I said. So how do we do that? Well, I'm no expert on anything to do with behaviors, like behavior science, psychology, anything like that, or so let alone how to alter them. But I am experienced with setting goals that I end up failing. And so this is less of like a how-to and more of a how I'm trying to do it. So maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. We won't know until we try. I won't know until I try. You won't know. So I think try is the key word here, okay? All we can do is try. So rule number one that we're going to use for ourselves, I think we're going to go with 3 simple rules to help us achieve our resolutions here. So rule number 1, don't set unreasonable goals. Yes, we want to better ourselves. Yes, we want to raise the bar and elevate ourselves, but we have to remember that we also have limitations, and we have to work within those limitations. Want to lose weight this year? Don't set your initial goal at 50 pounds. Set it at 10 pounds. You know, and then when you lose that 10 pounds, another 10 pounds, and another. Maybe bump it up to 20 pounds. Bump it up to 25 after that, and next thing you know, you've lost more than 50 pounds. And you know, you get a little boost every time you accomplish a goal. So when you hit those easy milestones, you feel better, you get a little endorphin boost, you get a little, you know, self-reward, and that momentum is easier to build. But it's hard when you have this, you know, this mountain of a goal before you. You're like, 50 pounds, man, that's impossible. That's a big number. And when you're looking at it, you're like, oh, I'm working really hard all week and I've only lost 10 pounds. And see, now you're putting it in this negative, and you feel like you haven't accomplished it. If you just set yourself an easier goal to start with, you would have accomplished it, and then you can use that momentum to keep going and aim for another and aim for another. And so for like myself, this last year, I tried to set myself the goal of quitting pop, right? Everyone's like, oh, I'm going to quit pop around me. I'm like, nah, I like to drink pop. So a reasonable goal for me is to quit pop, right? I know better. I like my Mountain Dew too much, okay? But what I can do is go from drinking, you know, 2 or 3 20 ounces a day to I get 1. I let myself have 1, and after that it's tea and water. So I make it a more obtainable goal, and I'm still improving myself. I'm still making a healthier choice. And, you know, it makes it easier. And so, yeah, don't set unreasonable goals. Set yourself easier goals. Use that momentum, keep going. And let's roll that into rule number 2. If you fall off track, don't quit, okay? This very video that you're watching right now, I wanted this done few days ago. I wanted this to be my first week of the year uploaded, and trying to give myself the challenge of doing like a weekly vlog, because I'm, just something easy and something different. I don't really do vlogs, so here I am a few days late, and I've kind of put it off a couple days, but here we are, and we're getting it finished. Okay, so life is busy, it's chaotic, like we said earlier, and it's easy to get distracted, it's easy to fall off track, it's easy to lose momentum. But don't let it stop you. Just because you haven't achieved it yet doesn't mean you failed. Don't tell yourself you failed. Don't put that negative on it. Keep going. If you don't try, you can't succeed. And so if you quit, you've already failed. If you keep trying, that means you keep giving yourself the opportunity to succeed as well. Right? And that's what the resolution here is for, right? It's this goal to give ourselves an opportunity to improve. Let's see, rule number 3, don't be afraid to modify your goals as they go along, okay? So, nothing's set in stone. Don't set these in stone. The only reason they'd be set in stone is if you set them in stone, so don't set them in stone. Don't make it, it has to be this way or not. That busy, chaotic life thing, it pops in, and circumstances change. Your initial goals may no longer be obtainable due to outside circumstances beyond your control. It doesn't mean that you stop, change it up. You have to be able to just go with the flow of life, okay? Life is ever changing, it's constant, and as I said, that 50 pound goal, we'll go all the way back to that, okay? So, maybe to start out with at 10 pounds, you realize it's a little too much, maybe that very first momentum, maybe you need 5 pounds, maybe 50 pounds, you realize it's too much, and you reach 30 pounds, and you're looking at yourself and you feel good, and you still lost 30 pounds, and boom, goal achieved, because when we create these absolutes, then we feel obligated to either achieve them or tell ourselves we failed. And we're here to not fail our New Year's resolutions anymore, and it's achievable. We just follow these 3 simple rules. So with these 3 rules in mind, I'm giving myself the following New Year's resolutions for 2024. I'm going to work on continuing to be nicer and kinder. I'm an angry person. This last year I've worked on containing that anger and venting it more properly, and I got to continue working on that. I've gotten a lot better, but I'm not there yet. And so, I'm not going to tell myself I failed this last year. I was nicer. I have become kinder and controlled my anger more. I just want to continue. I want to get further and not just be nicer and kinder to my family, but I have a tendency to troll online, and I want to be nicer and kinder overall in general towards everybody. Working on spending more time with my family, especially now that I work out of town, and so I can be gone for a week or 2 at a time, and so I want to make the most out of the time. Starting and ending my days every day with a glass of water. This 12-week vlog challenge, week 1 down, only 11 to go. Hopefully it gets easier as I go, and I got to average 1 hour of Legion tower defense. And if you don't know what that is a tower defense game, and PvP, pretty cool. I have a gamer channel. I don't do very much there. I need to get a new OBS. My Gamecaster went down, and so if anybody knows a good Gamecaster, let me know so I can get Fox Games back up and running. But yeah, so these are my goals, and they are all subject to change and be adapted throughout the year as I see fit, as they're needed. And I've made some of them easier to attain, so again, get the snowball running. And who knows, they might build up, they might grow, they might change. And so challenge yourself, as I am challenging myself with this 12-week vlog challenge. Use these 3 simple rules, and don't be afraid of taking on some few new resolutions for the new year. All right, until next time, guys. Bye-bye.